It's the all-new JayMac News Show.
You haven't heard the news until you've heard JayMac
on KSL News Radio.
Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us today on the JayMac News Show. I am back. Thank you to Drew Steele, Alex Curie for filling in while we were gone. It was supposed to be vacation, and then I got sick. I will tell you the sad tale so that you can weep and moan for me coming up. But before we do that, we have to start out the show like we always do.
This is the JayMac News Attack.
So, of course, I took Friday off, driving down to Disneyland with the family, and screaming banner headlines that major internet websites have been shut down. PayPal, Twitter, Reddit, GitHub, Amazon, shut down. And there have been ongoing questions about how did this happen? And one of the things that I've been telling you is that our security is only as good as we, the people, the individuals who are maintaining that security. Here are my 3 takeaways with updates regarding that attack that happened on Friday. Here we go.
Takeaway number 3.
So if you're not familiar with the story, again, this happened on Friday. Here's an idea of what people experienced.
The company that's at the center of this cyber attack that we've been seeing on the East Coast throughout the day is a company called Dyn. They're in Manchester, New Hampshire. They make the infrastructure pieces that connect IPs to that connect computers to websites around the country, particularly affected today through this massive cyber attack that began just after 7 o'clock this morning. I just hung up the phone with the folks at Dyn, and they told me a couple of things, including the fact that there is a third wave of this cyber attack that's underway right now. They say this is a massive cyber attack. They say it's well planned and sophisticated are the terms they use to describe it. And they also say it's coming from tens of millions of IP addresses.
So from tens and millions of IP addresses. The reason why I wanted to bring this up today is because there are several new developments, and because I'm wondering if one of your devices was part of the attack. Could it be? How do you know? Well, we're learning that personal computers were used in this attack, but did you also know that DVRs, webcams, and routers and other internet-connected devices were also part of this attack?
Number 2.
My number 2 takeaway about this denial of service attack, experts are saying that more and more this looks like the work of amateurs, not some foreign power. Can I just tell you, that's even more concerning to me. That, what was it, Donald Trump, the 400-pound guy in the basement? That amateurs managed to pull this off? I understand state, sponsored, where they're pooling all these resources and all of this technology. But amateurs in the basement? That doesn't bring me any comfort at all. Now, in a letter to 3 federal agencies, Senator Mark Warren, Democrat of Virginia, called for improved tools to better protect American consumers, manufacturers, retailers, internet sites, and service providers. I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't matter how much security is built into these devices as long as human beings are the final check and balance against hacks.
And JayMac News Attack. Takeaway number 1.
Here's the reality, my friends. You see, when you get one of these webcams, when you get a DVR like a TiVo or something, there's a default password on there. Did you know that default password is the same default password for every single one of the devices that they sold? So, stay with me here for a minute. If you decided to leave the default password, then everybody who has that same device knows what your password is. And in fact, there are sites that publish these passwords for tech support reasons, right? What if you forget the password? You want to go online and find out what the default password is. One of the major causes behind this denial of service attack on Friday was people leaving their passwords the same. Do you remember in London when they had that big scandal where people's voicemail systems were being hacked, celebrities, government officials. Do you remember that? They weren't really hacked. What had really happened is that the people who were using those voicemail systems left their password to the default, which is what? 1, 2, 3, 4. And they didn't change them. So people would dial in, hit star, and try 1, 2, 3, 4. And they got in over and over again. That's exactly what this is. People, change your passwords. Never use the default password. If we can get this clear, maybe we can stop an attack like this from happening again in the future.
The JayMac News Attack.